Okay, hi everyone, welcome back, and in this update we are going to check out Litecoin's price chart, and I do have quite a bit to say about this move up and also this important phase on the downside. Now, if you remember, the last time that we talked about LTC, we were, I think, right around here, and the idea was that there are a decent bit of liquidity around the highs, so odds are in the short term we are going to have a move on the upside, and we need to pay full attention to the shape of it because there is a chance that after this phase up we may see a continuation of the move down, and we are having it right now. But is it actually confirmed that this is a correction structure and our move down from here is going to continue? You see, if you want to be bullish on any chart and you want to say the bottom is in, then okay, off of the lowest slope, let's say around this area, you need to be able to find a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, this specific structure is called an impulsive movement. Rules for it are we should not have overlapping of the waves between wave 2 and 4 and in any kind of wave. Wave 3, pay attention to this, should not be the smallest wave, okay? This is a very important point. For example, there is a scenario where wave 3 is definitely not the biggest wave, but at the same time it's not the smallest wave. For example, you can have something like this, which is called an expanding leading diag, and in it, this is our initial move up into wave 1, and this thing is the smallest wave, correction for wave 2, good move up into wave 3, has to be bigger than 1, correction for 4. Unlike this impulse in here, we must have overlapping of the waves, and also our wave 4 is a bit bigger than wave 2, and this is our final move up into wave 5, which is the biggest wave. So as you can see, it's not actually a guarantee that wave 3 is going to be like the biggest wave, but it absolutely 100% should not be the smallest wave. And finally, you can also have another pattern called a leading diagonal in form of a wedge, which looks like this. This is your initial bounce into wave 1, and it has to be, unlike this expanding leading diag, the biggest wave in this structure. Correction for wave 2, another move up into wave 3 must be a smaller than 1. Correction for 4, once more we have to have overlapping of the waves. This time wave 4 is going to be a smaller than wave 2, and this is our final move up into wave 5, and it must be the smallest wave. Now pay attention, other than an impulsive structure, whenever you are having overlapping of the waves between your wave 2 and 4, in it, one way or the other, wave 3 is not the biggest wave. And why is that important? Let's go on the live chart and tell you why. Okay, so as you can see, we are clearly having between this phase and also this one overlapping of the waves. So this is narrowing your option to either having an expanding leading diag or maybe a leading diagonal in form of a wedge. And by the way, I think we can all safely say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up. Now, question, which scenario is happening? Let's measure the length of our wave 3 and at first put our chart on regular scale. There we go. And let's compare this thing to the other waves. Is it going to be bigger than our supposedly wave 1? Yes. Is it also bigger than this wave 5? Absolutely. So wait a minute. I just said if you want to be bullish and you are having overlapping of the waves, your wave 3 should not be the biggest wave. However, in here, definitely or supposedly wave 3 is the biggest wave. So what is in play in here? And I know you might be a bit confused. So just know this, in my view, there's a very, very good chance in Litecoin we are having in this bounce just a correction structure and not an impulse, meaning what? Odds are maybe after having a decent pullback right in here, we are actually going to continue our move down in order to take the lowest low down here about, let's say, $112, but you know, we may end up going quite a bit lower than that. For example, even if we go down and take the lows about, let's say, $106, is not really going to be a bad sign, but you know, in the short term we are going to do that, or at least seems like right now we are on track for those structures. Now, in case that I am wrong and some sort of a bullish count is playing out at the moment, it's a little bit tough to see how this can be a bullish structure. But if I'm wrong and this is bullish, then okay, what you want to see is after completing a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and taking especially this low, a very strong bounce, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 without a lot of overlapping of the waves in order to take this important high around, let's say, $119.50. Now, why is that important? Because at that point, you have to consider in this area having a B, C zigzag, or maybe like from this point a W, X, Y in form of a double zigzag, generally some sort of a correction, meaning what? From here, our move up is going to in LTC continue for quite some time. Right now, it's not really my primary case, but I have to show it to you guys, so in case it happens, you're not going to be surprised. So for like very short time, maybe soon in the next, let's say 24 hours, we are going to have a bounce. But if this is going to be a slow and choppy one, be careful. Odds are the next move is going to be a good one down. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Litecoin. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.